Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome back to the My Crazy Dad podcast, season 2, episode 3.
Episode 3.
What up, everybody? Hey, if anybody was concerned, I did have a delicious wee.
Going back to the last episode. And I want to say something really quick at the beginning of this episode. My wife was a stay-at-home mom. Fortunately, we could afford for her to be a stay-at-home mom. Once Austin hit his prime, she went back to school, graduated.
Prime.
She got a job today. She's an
Yeah!
official. Oh yeah, raise them glasses up in salutations. But she's an official. Yep, she graduated valedictorian
in her class out of 2.
Yep.
Out
And
of
she got
2.
the highest score on her certification
10
test
or 10.
that her professor had ever seen. So she's a certified surgical technologist.
She rocks.
Yep.
And she's
So when they're cutting you open, she hands them the stuff, right? And then takes the stuff
and holds the stuff.
and holds
And
stuff.
sets up the stuff.
And during the whole process doesn't go.
Oh, I know.
Which I would be.
She came home and told me about how she got to remove the leg from the table.
Site infection.
Yes.
Also.
No,
She-
we
she
can't.
got to
No.
What? She got
You
to
can't talk about that.
So
Why?
do you prep the place?
That's
and you like shave the thing
classified stuff.
and then
I can't tell about what you removed from the table and put in the bag.
You didn't say a name.
classified.
She didn't say a name.
no. It's,
Okay.
Well, when
Alright.
she was going through her
Either way,
externship,
she got a
I
little
won't say
keychain.
where or when.
Saying.
No, that's
That was
to
for that was for the penis.
that's for the
enlargement.
penis
Oh,
pump.
I thought that was classified.
I didn't say who it was.
I know when I had it done, it was classified.
I'm talking about having to remove.
Just kidding, maybe.
I'm talking about having to remove a leg, not a penis. Okay.
Oh, okay.
She
Sorry.
got to remove the leg from the table and
That
put it
was-
in the bag, the hazmat bag, and I was like, "That's good."
All right.
But she was all excited about it.
I wasn't paying attention.
She
about
she
the
found
leg.
the field. Well, I mean, some of them are like leg
That's why I
size,
thought it was the implant.
but we're Madigans. We're not leg size, so let's not
No.
go there.
Irish. Is that? Can I say Irish?
Yes, we've got wee little potatoes for nuts.
It's about. I tell you what, it's about effort and energy when you're an Irishman.
Oh
I
yes,
swear for God. And a good sense of humour.
yes.
And
We've got
lovely-
no pushing for the cushion.
Lovely blue eyes. Helps. And dimples.
I don't have any of those. My cheeks are too fat.
So
No,
we're
they're
going-
so
I do
fat. You
have-
got the dimples right here.
I do have dimples above my anus.
You actually do.
You should get them pierced.
Yeah. It's unfortunate that I know that, but I've seen his.
My wife told me that's how I
I've
know.
seen his backside more than once
Why did you
as I was kicking it.
What the?
And his mom and dad were spanking it. You were next in line.
So where we going, bro?
I
Sorry.
don't even know. I don't know how to segue into anything after that. Baby potatoes, huh?
We've got potatoes for nuts, not baby potatoes.
Yeah, we're not talking about the little herb-sized ones. We're talking about like Idaho.
I like to refer to mine as russet.
Well,
I've got 2 little russets going back
I'm
there.
comfortable with
Or up
that.
there. I guess it'd be up front, so it'd be up there, not back there.
Well, unless you're
I don't want any
unless
russets
you're
back there.
tucking it sideways and acting like a lady. All right, moving on.
All right. Oh gosh, what's your first story? I don't even know.
I guess we're going to Holland, right?
Well, yes, that's where we've been.
UFOs,
UFOs.
which would be another interpretation of a backside view of the Tucker. That's a UFO for sure. Just saying.
What?
I think
What?
Jeanette just roasted you.
lovely. All right, so UFOs.
Oh, I guess you can do a ball tuck
All right,
nowadays.
You can.
We're
I
trying
think-
to tell the stories.
I don't even know if that's possible.
It is.
I guess it
They
is.
take some out of the scrot.
Yeah,
said
I
it
mean,
is.
you
They
know
take
what?
a little V out.
I
I would
wonder-
imagine.
I wonder
they
if you-
take a V out and then stitch it back up.
Let's say you get burned really,
Thank
really
you.
bad, right? I've
Yes.
heard that they'll take like material from the lower regions, and sometimes like in a skin burn.
Yes, it's called a skin graft, dipshit.
So what if they like took it from your
They
scrotum?
shave it off your
scrotum
ass.
from your scrotum sac and like put it like right up there in
Well,
your
you know,
cheeks.
if you ever burned your chest and they shaved it from your ass, you could actually have a hairy chest at one point.
I have a tiny bit.
Oh.
Not Tom Selleck.
Yeah,
But
sorry.
either way, UFOs.
Wait,
Could
hold
you
on.
imagine smelling it, though?
Sorry,
Oh,
we're not
who
all
farted?
Sasquatch, buddy.
Oh, my titties farted.
I like that. UFOs. UFOs. That story's not even good compared to this, but either way.
I know.
We were talking about UFOs and how right now, here in
I
May
can't
20,
edit anything.
May 20th, right? That's the 20th of May.
Today?
Yeah, the Senate is in the process of reviewing information on
Oh, yeah, the
three
UFOs.
unclassified or are now unclassified videos
Yeah.
that were basically leaked originally out of the press,
Uh-huh.
out to the press, and the government has said there are UFOs. There are things out there that we don't understand.
Right.
And
Well, now, let's...
60 Minutes just did this big expose last Sunday.
Hold up,
on
hold
it.
up. Let's put a
Or-
warning. If you're scared of, like, UFOs or anything, just stop watching.
Well, the
Well,
other thing I want to say is UFOs doesn't always mean aliens. It just means it's an unidentified flying object.
And they don't even call them UFOs anymore. They call them UFPs or something. Like
What?
well, they're not calling it a UFO. They're calling
Dude.
it a UF something.
Stay off the penises, man.
Well,
Unidentified flying penises.
we're not going back to the West Coast. Stop. So
What the hell was that?
I don't know. Is your
Do
ringer
you have
on?
your phone on?
maybe not, possibly.
Okay, go back
So
to
either way,
UFOs.
UFOs. So the fact is that the U.S. government has never acknowledged these things, and approximately 2 years ago they acknowledged them. It's starting to get a little bit of traction that there's things out there, and then 60 Minutes had this big show on it or expose on it. Brought in a lot of folks that have been talking about it for literally the last 5 years, and it's starting to get traction. And President Trump, if I recall correctly, before he left office, required that
Hashtag
the military,
not sponsored.
not s-
Hashtag not
you know,
sponsored.
he
What?
isn't, and he should be, possibly not, maybe. Okay, but either way, he required that they report to the Senate, and that report's happening this week.
Yes.
But the reality of it is there's a lot of recognition right now in the public sphere and in the governmental sphere that there's something out there that we can't explain.
Well,
And it's actually being recognized by the government, so it's not
Conspiracy
something
theory.
that's a conspiracy or just mysticism anymore. It's a real deal. And
Well, suppose was it a
Sean
guy from?
reminded me of an instance that we had in Holland.
Well, I just want to say, isn't there a dude from Israel
Yes,
that
there
said
is.
that we've been in contact with him and we've been living with him for all these years?
I don't
and
know what the
stuff?
gentleman's name is, but he was responsible for the Israeli
The big leak.
it was their space program,
Yes.
and he's well into his 80s now, and he came out, I want to say 4 months ago, maybe a little bit, but he basically said that aliens are among us,
Yeah.
that there is a base on Mars,
Yep.
that human beings have already been there,
Yes.
and that this is all going to come out, and it's basically
And
the
the reason.
Federation of the Galaxy or something
Yeah,
like
and
that.
they claim that the reason it hasn't
I
come
told
out
you guys
before,
about this
yeah.
in February.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they say the reason nobody said it before is because we're not ready for
We're not
it
ready.
yet.
I mean, that is
And if
kind
you
of
watch
crazy
this podcast,
information.
you can
I
tell
was
we're
gonna
ready.
say- I was
We're
gonna say,
ready.
if y'all can hang with us for 8 to 10 minutes or whatever, you know you're ready for this alien
But-
bullshit.
That is kind of like crazy to think about.
Oh yeah.
Like that's a hard thing to grasp.
well,
Well, it's like the clip of Mark Zuckerberg where he was like, "When I used to be a human, I mean, I still am human." I'm like, okay, buddy, you are not a human."
I don't think Zuckerberg's human. You look
No.
at his face,
Yeah.
him and Mitch McConnell, they're not human.
Yo, my God, my brother and I made a joke about Mitch McConnell looking like the alien
Yeah.
with the eyes on his hands.
100%. Or
Yeah.
remember it was one of the first X-Men where the dude I think it was an X-Men or maybe a Spidey. I forget now. But he turned into gelatin. Mitch McConnell all day long.
Yes.
So
I don't remember
they're-
that from a
But
Spider-Man.
anyway,
Do you think
Oh.
Marco
Let-
Rubio's
let-
an alien? Well, his big ears. He's
there's
got
quite
them
a few
big,
people.
low,
There's
set ears. That
I
are-
have no ears.
Great deep.
I mean, you can see them right now from the side, but if I go like this,
They're
see,
gone. They're
That's
gone.
why I'm deaf, because it just right on past. I got nothing hanging out there to catch it.
Pat doesn't have the same ears.
No. He got some he's got some sound gatherers. I don't. Anyway, the reason we brought up UFOs is because it was only a couple months after we moved into the house on the farm, from Whitney Road to the actual barn house, and got the culture shock of our lives because we
Get closer to the mic. It's barely picking you up.
Okay. Well, usually I'm too loud, so sorry.
Just watch the thing whenever you talk.
It is hard to believe somebody told you to speak up. That's crazy. That's like.
But
do me a
anyway,
favor, eat less.
we'd only been there a couple months.
Get
What
closer.
the hell are you rambling on about eating
right
less?
now.
What?
Just keep telling the story. Get closer to the mic and tell the story.
Okay. So anyway, Pat and I were outside one night. We'd only been in the house
You're
like
in
2
the
months,
red now.
and and we're standing outside. It's dark out, and all of a sudden we look up and we see this. It was pretty big at first, but
Right.
it'd go up and down and sideways and back and forth and shit, and it was changing different color lights and stuff. And you know, I mean, we like to talk about funny things, but this actually pretty much scared the
Freaked us
shit
out.
out of both
Freaked
of
us out.
us because I mean, you know, and for being what 9 and 10, 8 and 9
I
years
think
old.
7 or 8 at that time.
Well, no, because I was 8 when. Okay, you were 7. I was 8.
Yeah.
Okay, that works for me.
Oh no,
But-
I was 8 and you're 7.
No, I'm the older one, so I
Alright.
had to have been 8.
Go ahead.
So we're like, what the hell is it? You know, we went. I remember us
We
going in to
ran,
get Mom and
we-
Bill, Mom and Dad,
They didn't
and
believe us.
no, and they wouldn't come outside.
No.
You know, it's like they thought we lied to them all the time.
That's
I don't
it.
know why they
I think
understand
that was when you were abducted.
You know, I've always said that both of us were probably abducted and anal probed.
Well, I don't know about that. But they were looking for my mind, so they went through my ear. But for you,
They went through my ass.
exactly.
Yeah,
I
they
sit down and suffocate myself. That's
They-
why I lean forward so I can take a breath.
they looked at your ears and were like, they're already damaged enough.
But that was a real thing.
Yeah, you know, and I mean, for
Well, it's
us
like-
to be that young and to be, I mean, I can still see it going up and down, and I mean, it wasn't like slow. It was just,
Yeah, tic tacking it.
yeah. I mean, it was changing. I want to say it was like
TikTok. Apologize.
it was
Not sponsored.
at first. No, but we do go on TikTok.
Smith Pools, proud sponsor.
We didn't even talk about it.
Oh yes, I'm wearing my Smith Pool colors today in
Yep.
honor of our proud sponsor.
Oh, also, disclaimer: when we talked about Mitch McConnell and Mark Zuckerberg and them being aliens, none of us are suicidal, so we don't want to kill ourselves. So if we come out on the news
Yeah,
saying that we
You know
killed
what?
ourselves,
Zook, bring it. Bring it. I will.
You
take
know,
those-
I actually think McConnell's that dude that what's her the health lady Rachel. I think Mitch McConnell's her in drag.
who? Who's Rachel? Rachel Ray?
The assistant
No,
director.
not
of health-
Rachel Ray.
The assistant director of health. We don't want to get too political here.
I'm not getting. I'm just stating the
But-
fact you ain't never gonna see the two of them in the same damn room.
Well, it's like Ellen and
Unless
Justin
Mitch is
Bieber.
dressing, looking in the mirror.
Well, I mean, they may pass on fashion.
And
You
don't
know.
get me wrong, I have nothing wrong with people dressing drag. I mean, I used to go to Ybor City back in the day to the drag shows because they had cheap booze back then.
Well, and
I've had a drink already. I'm sorry.
on occasion, I've worn some shorts.
Oh, nice.
Not too short.
You know,
but just to
I
feel pretty,
have been
right?
accused of shaving my legs
Just to
before,
feel
but I
pretty.
blame that on having some Indian in me.
Yeah, you got some
But,
chicken
hey,
legs, man.
You know,
And I don't mean in me.
I've moved past that though. I now. Just
Okay,
like
let's
What,
get
you've
back-
had an Indian in
Hey,
you?
let's get back
well,
to the
we're actually,
UFO
We're
stuff.
actually partial Indian,
I know, that's what I'm saying. That's why you got no chest hair and I got no leg hair.
but the high cheekbones.
Thank God my son got some.
I don't have any
Okay.
chest hair, but
No,
I
but
got
you
a
got
lot
the
of
hell
leg
out
hair.
of some leg hair.
Uh-oh. Shaking.
Oh,
That's an Eddie
Anyhow,
Money
back
show.
to the UFOs.
Eddie
Remember
Money
when
movie.
we lived in South Portland, because we don't live there anymore, in Maine, by Shaw's, we looked up in the parking lot at
yeah,
night, and
it was your mom was with us,
yeah.
and all of us are like, what the hell was that?
You
And-
guys are like, it's a UFO, and me being little, I'm like, no, it's not, it's
So
not,
they're
because I was
following
scared.
you, is what you're saying.
Well, this is coming from the same kid that I had to convince R2D2 was washing our car to get him to go through a damn car wash.
Yeah,
with me.
you gotta talk about that. I totally forgot I did that. You gotta say that real quick.
Car washes, indoor car washes, used to scare the
Get
living
closer.
shit. Used to scare the living shit out of him. He's still bossy as hell, you know.
I like it.
All these
Comes from
episodes
you.
later, he still gives me
You're a
hell.
bossy bastard.
But anyway, shut up. I am not. But as a younger kid, I'm talking like maybe 2 years old, they used to terrify him. And finally I told him, I'm like, well, R2D2 and C3PO are actually the ones in there washing your car. And so and he's like, oh, okay, so let's go in. And he was fine ever since then.
Way
I'm
to
going,
go.
whistling, making noises.
And you
R2.
were buying it?
Huh?
He bought it.
Yeah.
Wow.
When I was that little.
Yes, he knows it's not C3PO and R2D2 now.
No? Are you sure?
I don't know.
Oh.
You're not my kid if you do.
You just did like a Jedi mind trick.
Yes.
It is R2D2.
Yes.
All right. So where are we going now?
I don't know. You
I thought
guys
we
are
were
the
gonna-
ones
I
that
thought
tell
we
the
were
Going
stories.
to, well, we're on Whitney Road, right?
We're still
No,
in
wait,
Holland.
we're at the farmhouse now. That's where we saw the UFO.
Fair enough. I was pretty young. Just saying.
No shit. We already
Either
told
way.
him we're 7 and 8.
So we're these freaking kids.
sponsor, huh?
Crate.
Smith
We're these
Pools.
crazy ass young idiots from a city that we just ran through, and now all of a sudden we're sitting on the hill with just cows,
Manure.
ZB on that
Yeah,
one.
manure.
Not saying the name.
FUZB.
No, she was young. We were all young.
I don't care. There was
I
no
think we
need
made
for
her
that.
cry at the end.
Well, that's when I told her I pissed in their milk.
That's right. Yeah. Either way, if she's
I didn't really.
If she's watching, I mean, no, Grandpa would have kicked our taters.
Well, you know, when you got so many people making fun of you because you supposedly smell like cow shit, even though you know you just
Manure.
got done milking the cows,
Manure.
and you come home and you take a shower and put new clothes on, as soon as you step on the bus, they're giving you hell. And I just look at them and say, hey, you don't know. Our milk hits your table and your cereal every morning. We might take a piss in it.
That's right. Well, we never did. But
Never did.
now, having said that, I live in Zephyr Hills. I didn't know we were going to go here, but Zephyr Hills is, I mean, that's
Pretty rural.
City
Yeah.
of Pure Water.
Well, it's in Florida, and we're shipped all along the East Coast now, right? And the reality of it is that water comes from a natural aquifer, 280 foot down, underneath Zephyr Hills. And if you do the math, it takes about 40 to 50 years for top water to get down into the aquifer and be filtered. And we've been in Zephyr Hills for over 40 years. So I like to think there's a little bit of me in every
Yeah,
bottle
I
of
mean-
Zephyr Hills water.
We have
You know what I'm
pissed in
saying?
some yards back in the day.
So
You're supposed to be talking about the farmhouse,
I
about
Yeah,
something.
understand, but I'm just shout out to Zephyr Hills and the good water and the folks
Poland Spring
providing
in New
some of that
England.
deliciousness.
You know, I used
Second
to
time I've used
I used
that.
to deliver Poland Spring water up in Maine, and
You
it's
know-
owned by Nestle, just like Zephyr
At the beginning
Hills
of the
is.
podcast, I said I had a delicious wee, and now I know where I got that from.
Zephyr Hills.
From the
From your
delicious
Oh, yeah.
Zephyr Hills.
We're not sponsored by them.
Hashtag,
not
not sponsored.
sponsored. Soon.
Still the only sponsor.
So
I wonder if I
All
emailed
right, so now
them.
we're going to talk about the blizzard of '77.
yeah, so we're on this farm.
How did that even? What? How did that remind you of the snowstorm?
Well, no, that's our second story. I'm trying to move
Oh,
things
I
along,
thought we
okay,
were-
son?
I thought you were freeballing
Where we
this
at on
Was,
episode.
time?
was I close enough to the mic there while I itch my ankle?
No.
Where are we at on time?
We got to tell this quick.
We got 11 minutes.
11,
Oh, we
can
have
do that
11
one.
more. Oh, hell yeah.
Just
Alright.
read it. It's
So
right
either
there.
way, we grew
Like
up in
I've said before, you think I can see that shit?
Everybody thinks, I'm going on with the story. Everybody thinks that you live up north that you're dealing with snow, and that's not true.
No, we hardly ever
we're
got
in the
any.
central part of the state, and we didn't
Yes.
get a lot of snow.
Bottom of the Finger
And
Lakes.
Then all of a sudden, we move over to freaking Buffalo, New York, outside of Buffalo, New York, in Holland, New York.
Lake effect snow.
You know, a shout out to the good folks of Holland if they're watching.
And Buffalo.
Awesome
That
city.
whole area
Had the raceway.
still does.
Yep, and
Watkins
I
Glen
think
has
the
a
pharmacy's still
Well,
there.
Holland had a little racetrack too, like the
And
one up in
Beach Ridge.
like Beach Ridge.
And
Yes.
the
Up in
Tulip
Maine.
Festival, which we talked about last, this was like April or May, right?
Yes, whenever the tulips bloom.
Yeah. And so either way, we're in Holland, New York, and we're going into one of our wasn't our first winter. We went through a couple of winters, which were amazing. But then we
Winters.
move up to the winter of '77.
Holy hell, man.
And anybody who's up in that area, from Buffalo all the way
Dude,
over
what's
to
wrong with your
Rochester-
ankle, man?
I don't know.
I
It's
don't-
itching like a
Oh, I
bitch.
swear to God, I'm talking. I can't.
I'm trying to hit me, brother.
He got,
He's going again.
he's not grabbing me. Stop it. So we're going into winter, and the blizzard of '77 happens, and then the blizzard of '77, it just snowed.
So
It
you were
snowed
13
for
now?
freaking like 5 days.
Yes, we jumped from 8 to 13.
5 years, dude.
Well,
We're
not
trying
much
to
happened in
prolong-
that 5 years.
We're trying to prolong this podcast.
Well, yeah.
We can go backwards. We just talked about aliens and shit. You can do that in time travel.
Okay, whatever.
Well,
Come
it's
on.
like Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. Hashtag
That's
not
right.
sponsored by
I'm
Keanu either.
bringing Abraham Lincoln next time I show up.
Okay.
Saying. What is up
Your
with
wife's
you?
not that old. Stop.
Easy. The
I'll throat punch you.
she,
She
will.
will throat punch
She will
me.
throat punch you.
If you didn't hear that from the sidelines,
I've been threatened myself. So the
I can't imagine that.
oh my God,
Jeanette
knives.
threatened you with a throat punch? Come on.
I mean, the first one was the bobbit.
All right.
You know,
The Great Blizzard
Well,
of
you know, you can only
77.
forget her birthday so
The
many
Great
times.
Blizzard of
Well,
77.
anniversary.
And oh yeah, that's
anniversary
right.
twice.
Well, see,
Anniversary
I
twice.
got smart. That's on the inside of my ring.
Well, it wasn't that. I got preoccupied with life.
1221 TLA.
No. We'll talk about that
TLA.
later. So,
1222.
okay, you know what?
I can't read that shit
I'm gonna
either.
tell you what. After you've been married 30 years, right?
She got it wrong
Eventually,
anyhow.
33 is not important. And you walk into the house and you see a present, and you say, "What is that?" And she says, "Well, what do you think it is?" And I said, "I don't know. Is it a present from somebody?" Yeah, it's for you. I'm like, "What for?" And she looks at me, and I look at her.
I said, read the card.
Read the card, you idiot. Exactly.
Before I throat punch
And
you.
at some point between read the card and you idiot,
You knew something.
finally some synapse in the back of my brain woke up and said, "It's your anniversary."
You are seriously effed right now.
And everything slows down because it's like you're in a fight, right? And you're going, how do I get out of this? And immediately you just say, let him kill me. Because there's no ability to survive this disaster.
No, that's when you say, I already have reservations at this
That's
expensive restaurant.
That's what I was just about to
No.
say. I was gonna say.
I think what
well,
we
I was
did
gonna
was, did we
surprise
go buy
you.
furniture?
But you forgot it the next year.
Well, I think that year we bought furniture. The next year, the next year, oh, that was right. That was Saddlebrook.
Hashtag not sponsored.
The
Although we did work there. Those
that
are
was an
stories later down the
expensive
road.
meal. Expensive meal. But the next year, we just realized it was because I truly am an idiot. So, and then since then, we have a group of friends who now text me as we come up to it, so that I won't miss it again.
I'm not one of those friends.
So it's all about support, people, is what I'm saying.
I like his ass getting throat punched.
So we're coming up to the end at 11. Blizzard is 77.
Blizzard of 77, which the night it happened.
You got 5 minutes, so let's go.
The night it happened, I was actually babysitting some kids from church overnight, and they were, I mean, I'm 13 babysitting this. They were like 4 and 5-year-olds. And the next morning, we wake up, and the whole area was completely I mean, we had snowdrifts as tall as freaking telephone poles back then.
Yeah.
And there's pictures now, you can Google it, and there's pictures of kids standing on top of the snow touching the bottom of street lights. That's how much snow we got in one night. And
Maybe
the parents...
maybe, I think it was a weekend. I think it was a weekend.
Yeah, I got
Right,
stranded for a week with these 2 little hellions. And I mean, I'm 13 years old. I'm still trying to figure out how to wipe my own ass, let alone somebody else's kids, you know? Or feed these 2 kids. And
Can you imagine the negative issues
we ate
that
a lot
those
of
kids have dealt with for the rest of their
They're
lives?
probably still talking to
being-
people about
being-
it.
And trapped in a building with
A little
him.
no, it was a
It
little
was a home. It was a
dude,
home.
it was a little 2-bedroom mobile home.
Yeah, and with him for a week.
We ate a lot of brownies.
And it kept, didn't it? The whole brownie thing. No, I don't mean that.
But anyways, I was stranded with them for
Maybe.
Possibly.
well,
You do love a good brownie, though.
I do love a good brownie. But one of our friends had to. I was stranded with them for a week. Thank God there were some neighbors that we could kind of like shovel our way to and stuff, and so they helped feed us and stuff. But one of our friends, actually, it was a week later, snowmobiled in their mom and snowmobiled me back out to the farm.
Yeah.
That's it was, and
JS.
we almost lost the farm because it took almost 2 weeks for them to dig out to the farm where the milk truck could get in there, and because you got to constantly be milking the cows twice a day regardless. I mean, they don't quit producing milk because it freaking blizzarded out. But we every day all the milk we got, we just have to keep dumping down. And
Doesn't it hurt them if they don't get milk?
yes, remember, Mom decided to make. Mom
they
decided.
become very uncomfortable, but then they'll just start oozing.
Yeah, Mom decided she was going to go a little Dutch and try to make ice cream and butter.
It wasn't good.
No.
I remember that.
Remember?
The ice milk was icy milk.
The ice
Sweet
cream.
icy milk. Sweet icy milk.
Yeah, the ice cream was just like sweet.
But
Remember
I
the
wanna-
pickles she tried to make that
No, I
one?
don't even want to talk about the pickles. My
Mom,
God.
we love you,
Those-
but
Those pickles stayed downstairs for a good 10 years.
when we moved down here, they were still on the
I
shelves.
think so. We left them for the people that bought the house.
Yes.
But it was like, oh, they're throwing it for free.
Yeah.
But the thing that struck me with the blizzard of 77 was that we had to go up on top of the roof and make sure that the chimney was not snowed over.
Right.
One side of the entire house was actually under snow, and this is a probably a 13 to 14, maybe even taller than that, 15-foot peak to the top of the chimney, and we would have to go and make sure, because we had a back house, and anybody from up there knows what a back house is, where it was off of the wind side. And worst case scenario, if it snowed over the house, you would be able to dig out and then get to the drift side.
Other people call it mud rooms.
Mud rooms, whatever you want to call it. But we would go out, and then we had a ladder that was sat up on the side of the house, and we would go up. And the other issue, though, was that if you had too much weight on the roof might collapse. So at some point, you would actually be on your roof shoveling your freaking roof.
We
We
dug
did that
some
in
hellacious
Portland.
snow caves, though.
And nobody should live like that. To my good friends who are still up north, I remember I left Holland when I was 17.
Yes.
Never went back until I was 28. I arrived in November, second week, 2 foot of snow on the ground. It just so happened the following spring, summer, I came back in April. I guess it'd be spring. It was in April, second week in April, 2 foot of snow on the ground. And I realized, holy crap,
Yeah.
6 months out of the year, there's snow on the ground.
I was talking to one of our friends back up there a couple weeks
So I'm
ago,
a
and
pool
they
guy
just
in
had
Florida.
snow.
Pool guy in Florida right now.
Snow in May. But remember that one cave system we dug all the way to the neighbors?
That was beautiful.
I mean, because Mom didn't like us digging them because it would cave in.
Yeah. And
But,
You told me that too. You can't do that when you guys used to tell me that.
Well, yeah, I mean,
I
there's always
dig
a
in-
possibility of it caving
I
in.
dig in and
But
go
I
hip
mean,
deep, and Mom's like,
we had caves we had caves that we could almost stand
You're
up
shoving
in.
the cake.
And then every now and then we'd dig out a big room with little benches and stuff. And we took this. How far was it down to the neighbor's house?
It had to be, oh my goodness, maybe at least 100 yards.
all right, we gotta round her up.
All right.
All right, so we're out there with the chickens, and we're trying to bring them in.
What?
The chickens are out there, and we're trying to get them in. Is that what we're trying to do? Get them back into the hen house?
Yeah.
Is that about a story or us
No.
recovering
No, it's
back?
more of like a. Is that a metaphor?
It's bringing
I
this
think it's a
bringing
metaphor.
this episode to an
Doesn't a
end.
metaphor have like or as?
So, anyways,
I
folks,
said
Or is
it's
that a
like, I
simile?
said it's like a chicken.
to all those people still dealing with us and still sticking
either
with
way,
us, we appreciate.
If
the
there's
hell
an
out of
English
every
lit
one
major
of you.
out there, I'm pretty sure it's a
And I
metaphor.
still,
that I was
we
trying to
always
draw
talk
there.
over each other, so it's nothing new.
Anyhow,
Phew.
we're gonna end this first episode, but then
Why did we shut up for him? You never shut up for me. I don't shut up for
I
you.
don't know,
Why'd we
I
shut up for him?
I think I like him a little
because
bit
I'm
better.
the director.
I love him. I don't love
Yeah.
you. I like you.
Yeah, see,
Wow.
I like you too. I love him.
I hope
He's
so.
not
You're my
schmitey like you.
you're my
Schmitey
godfather.
bags that-
He's not the one that used to get your ass in trouble now, is he?
All right, go.
Godfather, right? Is that what it's called?
Yes, he is your godfather.
Anyhow, we're gonna come back for a second episode, right? With you.
Yeah, we will.
Okay.
We're not gonna change clothes, but I am gonna askew my hat.
It is rather askewed.
All right.
And you'll
well,
know it's the
anyways,
second
folks.
one. Or the
We'll
second
see
one
you-
of the.
we'll see you guys
we'll see
Monday,
we'll see. This one's going up
Friday.
Friday, tomorrow, right?
Yes.
Tomorrow. Yes, this one will go up tomorrow, and then we'll have one ready for Monday, so we can keep the, as my brother called it earlier, the Tic Tacs going. He meant TikTok, so.
I don't know about all that.
But to all you
newfangled
people
stuff.
that are watching us, we still
Punch him
we
with your
greatly.
fingers.
I know I say it, but I do mean it. It means a lot to all of us, and I'm glad that y'all enjoy us being idiots for y'all, as my sister-in-law just
You know
said.
what? I gotta tell you,
I need to shut this
is
down
just,
now before she throat punches all of
I gotta
us,
tell you, the thing that's beautiful.
our wives.
No, well that's true.
What do you mean no?
And that was, well I did.
Talk about getting
The
throat
thing that's
punched.
beautiful.
See, that's how I get his ass in trouble, folks.
Just let him talk. Let him
That thing
talk.
that's beautiful is this is literally anytime you and I get together.
Oh yeah, I mean we're always like this. You know,
So,
it's.
There ain't no play
And
here.
just like everything else I've said before, none of this. I mean,
Alright,
you
let's see
can't
the
script
thing.
this shit.
Let's see the thing.
You gotta say
You
it.
gotta say your
Hasta luego, homies and homies! Woo!